Here we have the current stock market update for SoFi Technologies Incorporated, stock ticker SOFI. Before we begin with today's chart analysis, if you find these educational materials to be helpful in your trading, please remember to click the like and subscribe buttons and leave your thoughts below in the comments section so that other traders will be able to find this information more easily on the platform. So what we have here is the 1 hour price chart, and we do have some fairly interesting developments that have started to occur on the shorter term time frames. So we'll start with the hourly time frame. Each candle on this chart represents a 1 hour trading period, and as we can see, there have been some near term movements here that have started to kind of form in a structural manner. So we will be zooming in on those. But to start here, we're going to just take a step back for the moment. So what we can see currently is that share prices have actually managed to find some support right at some of these prior zones that we were watching. So specifically, we'll sort of move in here a bit. We can see that we have been watching the 760 level, and this near-term low comes in at 761. So, not surprising at all, because what we've been watching here is this rising 200 period exponential moving average. So this is the hourly chart. So that's the 200-hour exponential moving average. And it does come in right just above that 760 mark. So really not surprising to see that we are showing some support in this area. However, the extent of this bounce here is a bit questionable, and we will sort of see that if we move into the shorter term timeframes. I just wanted to kind of make it clear that we're bouncing off of kind of these intermediate term support zones, and then in addition to that, this 200-hour exponential moving average really has, helped sort of support share prices in the short term. So if we move down to we'll go down to the 15-minute time frame here. We can see that there is, not exactly a double top formation. It's a bit close, but a bit rough, sort of defining it that way. But as we can see here, there is some resistance that's starting to unfold. Right around it's just above this $8 mark. It's not exactly at $8, however, we're failing right around $8.10. This exact price high here does come in at 8.10. So, again, it's really not these, it's not the psychological level so much. I mean, what we were watching previously was 790. And then the suggestion here was that if we did break above there, that we would also see a break above $8 as well. So, whether or not we're able to hold that level is one thing, but the suggestion that we're just going to automatically lose share price action at $8 is a bit, it's a bit unfounded. You do need technical signals to support these arguments. So what we're seeing currently, is a bit of a rough double top formation that's starting to form just below, I would say, $8.10. So this is now the main level of resistance to watch. It comes in right around 807, 808 at the moment. And as we can see to the downside, this 760 level is really the level to watch from that perspective. So, the real question is whether or not this area holds. I mean, we could definitely see a share price break here. I mean, just because we did bounce off of it initially and we did see some bounce here, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to continue to hold up if we see share prices fall down to that level again. As we can see here, the share price itself is sort of running into some resistance right around the shorter term exponential moving average cluster. So we're starting to, sort of bounce off of 760 and then roll over just as we're running back into the moving averages. And, the real question at this point is whether or not this price area holds. It's possible that we could see another bounce here, but when you do start to see these lower highs like this, it does then become more likely that you're also going to see lower lows. If we're not able to sort of retest those prior highs and then come back down to test this support level, that's the type of environment where I would be more inclined to believe that we would see a share price bounce here. But if we're not able to really generate at least equal highs, then that sort of makes me suspicious that this level will wind up holding up. So at the moment, I do sort of expect to see, a continued movement lower here. It has not occurred yet, so that this may not we might not actually see this break, but I do think that if we see this break of 760, then I do think that we're going to be looking at a deeper retracement here. I don't think that share prices are going to be held up by, say, 750, for example. So the next level that I would be watching to the downside, the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement can be found at 740. So you could see some support start to develop there. But the problem here is that there's not much around here in this region to support share prices. I mean, this previous rally from 670 to 852 was sort of straight up in the upward direction. And it's just interesting to me here because we have not been able to recover any of those losses yet, or at least not the majority of those losses that have occurred since the interest rate decision. And I'm just wondering how many of these people that were calling for higher share prices as a result of that interest rate decision, have actually held themselves accountable for that mistake. I don't think that has occurred. So, currently as things stand, this is where I would be watching share prices at the moment. It is possible that we could see a bounce off of 760. I mean, I'm not saying that, that can't happen. But seeing this lower high like this makes me suspect that before the end of the trading day today, that we're probably going to be losing the support zone at 760. And it is a fairly significant short-term level because, it is really a double bottom on this time frame. So we'll just quickly move back out here just to check the indicator reading before the end of the video here. What we're seeing on the hourly time frame, is a positive trend condition here that has managed to sustain itself ever since share prices were kind of forming that prior low at $6.70. So at the moment, the worst case scenario here would be that we break to the downside. If that did occur, then that would suggest that this near-term momentum trend has completed itself. It doesn't mean that you can't get another new momentum trend in the future, but this specific momentum trend then would be over. And share prices would sort of need to find another, somewhere else to gain some momentum, so to speak. Share prices are kind of moving toward the oversold territory, and this trend line really does come right into contact with that type of reading. So, there are some things here that could wind up supporting share prices near term. If we do see, for example, the relative strength index break from here, that would suggest that the momentum reading has remained intact, and we're still seeing positive momentum. That could be positive for share prices here. And then also, if we started to move into oversold territory and then see a bounce from there, that would give us roughly the same type of result. So here's the current stock market update for SoFi Technologies Incorporated, stock ticker SOFI. Our high value trading strategies membership is currently available for a limited time for only $9.99 per month. These high conviction investment strategies are characterized by superior risk to reward metrics that target massive market beating returns over time. Join now to outperform the market. Lock in this special introductory rate of just $9.99 per month for the entire lifetime of your membership and start trading stocks with the pros.